Hello Gemini, and welcome to my channel Synchronista Tarot, and a happy new year to you, and I hope 2023 is going great guns. So yeah, I've been quite excited about doing Gemini because I've got a feeling that it's been one of those best of times, worst of times for you, from December up until now, with Mars in retrograde in your sign, and your own planet Mercury in retrograde also. So Mars went direct yesterday, so things will be easier, and Mercury will be unretrograding, I think, on the 18th, I believe. So yes, I should think you've either, without even looking at the cards, it's been a time of getting an opportunity to have a bit of a deep delve into some of the deep themes in your life that have maybe hitherto been difficult obstacles for moving forward. Yeah, I think it's been like that for everybody, but it will be particularly like that for you. With regards to actioning things and communicative things. Anyway, let's let the cards look at it. We have been chosen Archangel Zadkiel to work with on your reading today. So thank you for being here today, Zadkiel, and supporting Gemini's reading. Just connecting here. Zadkiel will help you to find tolerance and forgiveness. He works on the violet ray of purification and transmutation, helping you to release lower vibrations and ascend to a higher way of being. Angel wisdom suggests that you visualize yourself in the violet flame and invoke Zadkiel to help you. Place your troubles and difficult relationships within the flame so that all negativity is transmuted. You are blessed to have drawn this card today, for it indicates that you are ready to walk the path of light. And if you would like the affirmation to repeat to yourself, it is, I am cleansed within the violet flame. And that would make a lot of sense with the Mars and Mercury situation. So if relationships have been difficult, use that visualization of placing you and everybody within the situation into the violet flame to be cleansed, and that will help you to move on with any difficulties you've had over the last couple of months or however long or whatever's going on. Okay, thank you, Zadkiel. And I picked a Angel Wisdom card for you, so this may well come into play further on in the reading. It often does. Life is full of changes and surprises. It's called flexibility. Life is full of changes and surprises. Your guidance is to move with the current, for it is resisting the flow which creates problems. Ask your angel to help you open your mind and heart to new ideas and fresh options. When you accept the possibility that there are other ways, previously unseen doorways will be open to you, and you will move easily through change. There is a solution to every problem, so look at all things with eyes of love and expectation. Then life force will flow freely through you. You will feel healthy and alive and can access the necessary resources and wisdom within yourself to help you through change. And again, there's an affirmation for you. I am free, I am flexible. I am free and flexible. Okay, so let's start the reading. So we have like a footnote card here for the whole reading, which is the Seven of Cups. So that could be about a number of options coming up for you, either romantically, creatively, or generally. It may also be a little bit of a warning not to fantasize too much and not be too distracted by the number of options. Try and keep things very pragmatic. Anyway, we'll see how that fits into the reading. So that's your footnote card there. So we're going to start with love. I'm going to pull four positions here, okay? So the first position is, what are you getting to know about yourself? So that's this card coming up here. What is Gemini getting to know about themselves at the moment? This reading, sorry, I didn't really explain. This is for the start of 2023. I always think of December and January as being one sort of bulk of time, which is all kind of prepping for the next year. So I think I did up until Gemini journey to the end of 22, and I'm continuing on from there in the same sort of batch of readings. Really, I had to have a bit of a break over Christmas, but it's all part of the same thing. It's like that preparation and thinking about how we want to go forward for 2023. So yes, it is a January reading, but it's more than that. Really, it's kind of kicking things off. What are the attitudes we need for the year ahead? What sort of things might we want to achieve? What sort of things do we want to lay to rest with last year, kind of thing. Okay, and then I'll just carry on with February readings as of near February. Okay, so first card in the love situation is the Tower. That's possibly Scorpio, and that's what are you getting to know about yourself. So I would say is that you can weather change. You can weather drastic change quite well. But let's see what we've got next. So then we've got, what is your challenge or growth area? Okay, what's Gemini's challenge or growth area? Oh, lovely. Three of Pentacles, acknowledgement for your skills and who you are. You've got to, yes, that's about self-worth. It's about putting yourself out. It's about sort of demanding that who you're with in a romantic situation acknowledges you for exactly who you really are, rather than their projected idea of you. And that's something that you might be sort of coming to realise about the relationship you're in, or the type of relationship that you would like, and sort of what's happened in the past. So very much about acknowledgement. It could also mean that you're going to meet somebody in the workplace. If you're looking to meet somebody, that's out there for you, Gemini. Okay, so the next position is who is coming in, what is coming in, what's the unforeseen, what's coming through. Okay, what's coming through for Gemini? Oh, Temperance. Very nice. Harmony, balance, spiritual connection, receptivity, which I think goes with the flexibility card. Okay, there's always a nice link there. So that's your what's coming in. Okay, it could be a Sagittarius in terms of a person as well. Okay, yeah, okay, and then what's focus going forward in love for you, Gemini? Focus going forward. Focus going forward is, oh, King of Wands. Okay, so that is, it could be a person, it could be a fire sign. If that's where you are with things, if someone popped up on the radar, or, you know, if you're looking at, it could be Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. It's certainly somebody with some authority and gravitas and magnetism about them. Okay, again, you've got Sagittarius here, so there's a strong indication that if somebody is coming in and you are looking at the moment, whether you're on a dating site or out and about, that it's going to be a fire sign and quite potentially a Sagittarius. But in the kind of general themes, in terms of your attitude, it's definitely, as paired with the Three of Pentacles, it's about finding your power and your magnetism and your authority for yourself when you're within a relationship and when you're looking out there too. It's about being in control in a good way, knowing what you want, and also being able to get your head above the parapet so that you can see what's going on from an objective point of view, I think. Yeah, so Tower is what you're beginning to learn about yourself. So the emotional roller coaster of love I think you're getting better at the ups and the downs. It's not taking you out so much. That's my feeling. That is my feeling. It could be that actually at the moment something needs to end because you need to be getting acknowledgement, you want harmony and you want control, and so what you're in at the moment may not be providing you with that. Okay, that's another way of seeing it. But in terms of actually what you're learning about yourself, which is the position that I sort of categorised it as, it's definitely about weathering the change. And I mean, that would be the same anyway. So if you can put a relationship down that you need to put down without it becoming a massive drama for you and very emotionally draining, that's a good aim to have, so that you can get on with getting the foundations laid for yourself, so that the next time you enter a relationship you are clear about what you want, I would say. Okay, so that's love for now. Right, okay, now we are going to and also, yeah, you're going to have some options if you're not already in a relationship. Yes, so let's go to work, career, money, that kind of area, business. Right, okay. So what is it that you are starting to find out about yourself at the beginning of this year, Gemini? You are starting to find out that you want to feel more secure, that you can ask for help, that it's time to put down feelings of insecurity. Leave that there for now. Right, so, and what is your challenge growth area here? Two of Swords. Okay, so that is very much about, yeah, I mean, next to that Five of Pentacles, that's very much about going in and making your own decisions and being sure for yourself. So the blindfold is this person is going inside to think, Swords of Mind, and communication. It's about communicating with yourself about how you want to do things, and it might be time to just go in and check out what these nagging, niggling feelings of insecurity are about with regard to work and money and career, potentially creative projects, depending on what you're doing. But it's very much about you going in to check out what these nagging feelings are. But we'll go on. There are other meanings with regard to that card, of course, depending on what it's next to. So then we have got what's coming in that we can't see yet. Exciting. Oh, how wonderful. So there's a feeling of completion here. Also, there's you will be finding somewhere, either work-wise, a feeling of real comfort and belonging in something that you're doing. I'm just going to pick the next card because that's the focus going forward, so that'll just give us a little bit more on that. Focus going forward is the Five of Swords. Okay, so yeah, I think it's like resolving internal challenges. Five of Swords. Swords are psychological, they're mental, about communication. I think what it's saying is you've everything's fine. You may well be imagining, you're kind of going through scenarios in your mind before they've happened. A bit of sort of predictive thinking going on, I think, especially with that Five of Pentacles as well. It's a little bit of doom thinking, maybe thinking that people are, maybe reading situations more negatively than they actually are, because you've got that fantastic Ten of Cups. So it's like, I think the message here is to really look at all the positives that are going on within your working relationships. Don't jump the gun with communication with people. Just let the dust settle and really think things through about how that particular conversation went and what someone might really have met, because sometimes when you go back over it you think, oh my god, that person didn't mean that at all, that was because I'm in a state of anxiety or I'm not feeling great about myself. I've sort of projected that onto the situation. I've done it so many times myself, and I've gone back over a text or an email and I've thought, wow, that person didn't mean that at all. This is very much sort of swords area, communication. But I think as long as you focus on what you've got, what you want, and the positives with work, I mean, it's certainly, you know, if something's coming in, you've got a really nice situation coming in, you've got a nice job coming in, or you're happy to leave a job and go to a new one, you know, a cycle is completed. But just make sure, Gemini, that mentally you're in the good place going forward, and you take some time to go in and just face up to a bit of shadow about, you know, some of the things that can hold you back sort of psychologically and emotionally when it comes to going forward in work, and maybe look at some of the things that have happened in the past, so that you can kind of clear the decks a bit going forward to this this really nice situation that you've got coming up. Okay. Yeah, some of you might be going into a more caring profession because we've got the Ten of Cups. It might be that you're staying at home with the family. You've made a decision that actually that is the best way forward. But it's definitely some kind of change coming up. Change for the better. Okay, so that's what you need to know, isn't it? Right, okay, now next row is manifesting for your life path. So that's sort of what sort of approach we need to take to get what we want. How are we going to bring in things into our life that we want and need? How are we going to manifest? What sort of attitudes do we want? So, okay, what are we getting to know about ourselves in terms of getting what we want? How do we do that? Oh, okay, so Three of Swords. It's definitely about, threes are about attaining things. You are your emotions can be fiercely debilitating at times, I think it's saying. And with the Tower, the 5 and the 3, this is not bad. This is what you're learning about yourself, okay? If we're learning about ourselves, it's always going to be challenging, okay? And again, when we go down here, you know, this is about acknowledging yourself, making sure others are acknowledging you. This is your challenge and growth area. Going in and self-validating. This will really help you to get over some of the past pains that can hold you back. Okay, so it's time to look at ways of how you've dealt. Maybe give yourself a bit of a pat on the back about how you've dealt with painful situations. You know, what's worked when you've dealt with a painful situation. So that's sort of how you're getting to know yourself broadly at the moment in order to clear and go forward. So challenge growth area in terms of our attitude going forward is, King of Cups. Okay, so yeah, this is being emotionally mature. Okay, so it's taking, you know, the bigger stance, the magnanimous position, which when we're comfortable with ourselves we can do. Okay. And then we have got what's coming in that's going to help you out. Yeah, so there's going to be action. Yeah, and I think it's going with the flow, choosing what you're aiming at and going for it, putting some arrows in the air. Don't be afraid to make moves. Just chuck a few sticks out there and see where they land at the moment. But just get things moving. I think that's the message here about manifesting. Put stuff out, see what comes back. Don't sit there waiting for it to arrive on the doorstep. Okay, and focus going forward and manifesting for our life path is 10 of Wands. Yeah, completion time. Putting down, you've done a lot of work. Okay. It's definitely time, because you've got the 8 of Wands, 10 of Wands it's definitely time. Wands are action, so it's time to kind of realise that you've actually done quite a bit, and it's time to kind of put that down and have a look at it so you can move on, see what you've already done. It's almost like, I would say, he's now, even though we're going backwards in numbers, but I just got a feeling this is how this is working. These wands all need to go in the air now. Need to be thrown forward. You're not carrying them. You've done the work. Now, put it out there. Okay, it's time to move. Tens are about completion and the beginning of a new cycle. And then we've got the next line coming up for you, Gemini, is a message from Spirit. So if I can get anything coming through, it might be identifiable to certain individuals who are listening. We'll give that a go anyway. But message from Spirit. What does Spirit want you to know about yourself that will be really important going forward this year? Ace of Cups. Well, that is a very nice thing to know, that Spirit is telling you that there's lovely fresh energy here for creativity within you, that you can start anew. Okay, you can always start. Life is a constant moving, flowing thing, but you don't have to hang in the past. You can put things down and you can pick up better things. Okay, new love is flourishing. New love for self is flourishing. It's important that you know that. And it's nice to have that card underneath the Tower, the Five of Pentacles and the Three of Swords, because once that work is done, that's what you've got, and that's what you want. You want a lovely, fresh, kind of exciting feeling around love and creativity in your life. That's what you've got, Gemini. So let's just move these up here a little bit. So you've got if you need to stop it, you can zoom in, I think, or just stop the video so you can see the cards. And then we've got challenge, growth, area from Spirit. Okay, Five of Cups. Yeah, it's definitely a message to employ the positive mental attitude at all times. You can, and there's every reason to do it, sitting next to the Ace of Cups. Okay, don't look at the spilt ones, look at the ones that are still standing. Okay, that's always, to me, that's always about you're ready for a positive mental attitude. It's going to help you out. It will help everybody out. But if the message from Spirit is saying that's what's needed, and that will actually really free you up at the moment if you make conscious effort to do that. And then we've got what's coming in. Okay, what does Spirit predict is coming in to help you? Oh, wonderful. So we've got the Nine of Pentacles. So that is self-worth, it's self-love, it's independence, it's money, it's good business. If you're in a job at the moment or a relationship, you're just going to feel quite whole. You're going to feel good. You're going to feel independent. You're not going to feel, you can live with a healthy detachment. I think that's the message from Spirit. That's what I'm getting in my mind. Live with healthy detachment from all situations. And I think sitting next to this Five of Cups, because that's when we're looking down and we're feeling a little bit sorry for ourselves, and everything that happens makes us feel a little bit like we're kind of caught in the tidal flow, and that we don't have a lot of control. But this is all about the opposite of that, and that is your message from Spirit. Living in healthy detachment. And then focus going forward. What does Spirit want you to know, Gemini, if you're watching this? Okay, interesting. Hanged Man. So I always think this is about divine timing, but I think with that flexibility card that you got, I think this is about looking at things from a very different point of view or points of view. Okay, it's time to actually have a bit of a kind of radical overhaul of how you look at things. And I'm just going to have to come back to this video because I got a parcel. Hang on.